Hey guys, welcome to this video. My name is John Watts. I'm a consumer protection lawyer, and I want to talk with you, and I'll try to keep this video pretty short. What do you do when you've done a dispute to the credit bureaus because there's false information and they just refuse to investigate it? They just ignore you. What do you do? And, years ago we would see this some, but it's definitely increased since COVID. A lot of people who only send their disputes by mail, not certified mail, just regular mail. They're like, hey, I don't get any responses. And even people doing by certified mail, some of the bureaus are just refusing to investigate. So what do you do? Well, the number one step is you have to be able to show that the credit bureau received your dispute. So if you just send it regular mail, you can't prove it. They can just lie and say they never got it, even though they did. They can just say that, and you can't prove that. So send it by certified mail. Or if you do it online, you've got to be able to prove that you actually did the dispute. Because I've seen the credit bureaus just say, no, you didn't do a dispute. And you're like, well, I got a response saying I did a dispute. They're like, oh yeah, you just disputed the spelling of your name. You're like, I didn't do that. I disputed the Capital One account or the Bank of America mortgage. And they're like, no, you didn't. Well, you've got to be able to prove it. So if you're doing it online, just if you're doing it through your cell phone, do a screen record on your cell phone. If you have an iPhone, you can do it. I'm sure you can with an Android phone. If you're doing it on your computer, just pick up like a trial version of Loom, Loom, or Snagit. I think it's Snaggit, maybe two T's. And that just records your screen. And it's a video. So, you log in and we get to watch everything you did. Hey, I clicked the Capital One account. I wrote, this is the reason. I uploaded this document. And so you've got to be able to prove what you did. So that's number one. Number two is you have to, if you want to be able to sue, you have to be able to show the judge that had TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, Innovis, whoever, actually investigated your dispute, they would have fixed the error. So let me give you an example of what I'm not talking about. Okay. So let's say you have a Capital One account, you applied for it, you used it, you've paid on it, and your dispute says, I don't recognize the Capital One account. And they don't investigate it. And you say, well, I want to sue for that. Well, did they get it? You go, oh yeah, here's the green card. Perfect. Well, is it inaccurate? And here's what I get sometimes. I know you guys wouldn't do this, but here's what I get sometimes. It doesn't matter if it's inaccurate. They did a lousy investigation or they refused to investigate. See, that doesn't matter. Because if it's not inaccurate, then you lose. That's the end of the story. Okay. Now we can say, well, I don't think that's fair or right. It doesn't matter. It has to be inaccurate in order to be able to sue. And so you want to be able to show that judge, well, look, here's what I said in my dispute letter or my online dispute. And had they taken that and actually given it a serious investigation, they would have what? Removed this late, removed this charge off, deleted the account, whatever it is. But you have to be able to show that. So it's not enough to say, well, they refused to investigate. You have to be able to say, and if they had investigated, here's what would have happened. And my credit report would have been improved. I would have got rid of this negative item, whatever it is. If you have those two things, then you're in a pretty strong position to sue and to be able to sit down with a lawyer who does this type of work and say, okay, can we sue? But if you can't prove that they got it, it doesn't matter how beautiful, wonderful, perfect your dispute is. If Equifax legitimately didn't get it, or they can say they didn't get it, and you can't prove otherwise, you lose. But even if you can show that they got your dispute, you have to be able to show that a reasonable, non-negligent investigation, okay, that's what negligence is, failure to use reasonable care. So if they had not been negligent, or stated differently, if they had done a reasonable investigation, they would have fixed these errors or deleted it or added something, whatever it is. Now you're in business. Now you've got the potential to sue these jokers under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So hope that that's helpful to you, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's video. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.